Hello my dear viewers, hope you all are fine my dear students. Today I Dr. Sudhamoy Behura, Head of the Department Environmental Science, welcome you to my 5th lecture on environmental pollution, in which today we will basically focus on water and air pollution. So this is the 5th lecture of the lecture series of Aecc 1 Environment Study and Disaster Management compulsory paper for all undergraduate students, that is first semester BA, BCom and B.SC students. So we are now covering the unit 1. So in our previous 4 lectures we have already covered all the basic things regarding environment, ecology, ecosystem, biogeochemical cycles, okay, then your energy flow, and today here we will discuss environmental pollution. So this lecture series will help you all to attend all the multiple choices and to clear your fundamental knowledge on this syllabus. Okay, so let us discuss what is environmental pollution first. So as I told you in my earlier classes that before going to the detail on the chapter, you have to at least thorough on its fundamental things first. Okay, so here you observe, before discussing about water pollution and air pollution, we at least should learn what is our environment, what do we mean by pollution, when pollution takes place, for what is or who is responsible for doing pollution, for what pollution is occurring, okay, and where this pollution is occurring, then if pollution is going on, then why we are worried about. Okay, so all these doubts and questions will be solved uh, during these lectures. Okay, so now let us see. So you see, I told you what is environment, isn't it? I have already also discussed in my past lecture regarding this environment. So you know, environment means what is surrounding us is our environment, which generally consists of 3 components. One is your physical, then in your biological and cultural. Okay, so when we sum total all these 3 parameters, it will give you the total environment. Okay, so under physical component we covers all the abiotic components like your hydrosphere, lithosphere and your atmosphere. Okay, and I hope if you are going through my lecture series, then there will be no doubts in your mind regarding these components. Okay my dear students, so then your biological components, which consist the flora and fauna, means all the plants and all the animals. Okay, then the cultural environment means on those cultures on which we are believed or we believe on. So nowadays, you know, population is growing, or we can say population is exploding day by day, and India, our country, is placed in the second position in the population growth. Okay, so different developmental activities, we can say industrialization, urbanization, okay, they produce large amount of wastes that lead to pollution of all these components, means in physical component of the ecosystem, means it creates pollution in air, water, soil and ocean. Then it also creates global warming, acid rain. So what is global warming, acid rain, we will discuss in our next classes. Okay, but today we will be only discussing on water pollution and air pollution. Okay, so when these untreated or improperly treated waste is allowed to mix in our environment, then it creates pollution in that particular component. Okay, then why we are worried about if pollution will occur in any component? Because ultimately, as we depend upon the water, we depend upon air, we depend upon soil. Hence, when we will uptake the polluted water, polluted air, or polluted soil into our body, then it will harm us, or it will affect our health. We will be ill. Okay, and ultimately also, if soil will be polluted, then crop production will be affected. Okay, my guys. Okay, my dear students. So you see, this is the environment. So physical, biological, and cultural, which sum totally give you the human environment. Then I told you regarding pollution. Then what we can understand by the term pollution? So pollution is derived from one Latin word, that is pollutionum, means to make dirty. Okay, so to make dirty means when we are changing the components or the composition of the ecosystem by adding some unwanted or foreign particles which create harm in our ecosystem, that is known as pollution. So why it occurs? So pollution occurs due to the entry of pollutants. Then again question comes, what is a pollutant? So pollutant is any agent which cause environmental pollution. Okay, that pollutant may be solid one, that may be gaseous, may be liquid, that may be biodegradable, may be bio non-degradable. We will see in the later slides. Okay, so pollutant may be defined as a physical, chemical, or biological substance which released into the environment from different sources, and they are directly or indirectly create nuisance or harmness to humans and other living organisms. That is the basic definition of our pollutant. So when these type of pollutant enter in the environment, it creates your pollution. Means simply we can say the alteration of physical, chemical, and biological property of the different component of the ecosystem. Okay, my dear students, are you getting me or not? So look, so what I told, that due to the entry of pollutants, pollution is created. Okay, so what are the different types of pollutants? So deposited matter, it creates, or different types of environmental pollutants are due to deposited matter, gases, metals, agrochemicals, solid wastes, noise, radioactive wastes, radiation pollutants. Okay, so due to these pollutants, our environment is getting polluted day by day. Okay, so deposited matter means soot, smoke. Okay, soot means, you know, in your plus 2 level, that soot means the black particles which is released from smoke and from unburnt fuels. Okay, then different types of gases like oxides of nitrogen, carbon monoxide, sulfur, oxides of sulfurs. Okay, then metals like your lead, mercury, zinc, iron, nickel. Then agrochemicals means the chemicals used in agricultural fields like your pesticides, herbicides, bactericides. Okay, so then some solid waste, plastics, polythenes, glasses, these are also categorized under different types of bio non-degradable pollutants. Okay, later we will understand what do we mean by bio non-degradable pollutants. Okay, then noise is generated from industries, different vehicles. Then from domestic side also noise is generated. Okay, then radioactive system like atomic energy waste. Then radiation pollution means nuclear energy resources. Then mobiles, from this your radiation pollutants are generated. Then we have different types of pollution. Okay, we will see here. So we have different types of pollution, like when pollution occurs in air, it is known as air pollution. When it occurs in water, it is known as water pollution. When occurs in soil, it is known as soil pollution. Then one is thermal pollution, then radiation pollution, then your noise pollution. Then another type of pollution is your industrial pollution, then your light pollution. Okay, so there are different types of pollutions. So this will be very vast if you want to discuss in one class. So we will cover it in 2 to 3 classes. So today we will discuss only on air and water pollution. Okay. So see here. First come to air pollution, because as we know, air is a very vital substance for the survival of the life, isn't it? Without air, we cannot survive for more than to at least for 2 to 3 minutes. Okay. So air pollution may be defined as the presence of any solid, liquid or gaseous substances, okay, even if including noise and radioactive pollutants in the atmosphere in such concentration that may be directly and indirectly injurious to human or other living organisms. Not only the living organisms but also plants property, or it interferes with the normal environmental processes, that is termed as air pollution. Okay, then why air pollution is occurring? I told you, due to the entry of foreign particles, or we can say that unwanted particles. Those are harmful for our health. So the air pollutants are divided into two categories. One is suspended particulate matter, another is gaseous pollutants like carbon dioxide, NOx. NOx means oxides of nitrogen. Okay. So first one, I told you that suspended particulate matter. So let us know what is particulate pollutant. So particulate matter suspended in air, that is known as suspended particulate matter. They are dust and soot released from the industrial chimneys, from the automobiles. Okay, so the size ranges from, so to whom which type of particle we will call as the particulate matter pollutant. So whose size varies from 0.001 to 500 micrometer in diameter. Okay, so particles less than 10 micrometer float and move freely with the air current. Those are termed as particulate pollutant. Then particles which are more than 10 micrometer in diameter settle down. Okay, because due to gravity. Then particles less than 0.02 micrometer from persistent aerosols. Then major source of suspended particulate matter are your industries, your automobiles, mines. Okay. Then fly ash. It is one type of particulate matter. It is ejected mostly by thermal power plants as byproduct of coal burning operations. It pollutes air and water and may cause heavy metal pollution in water bodies, isn't it? Then it affects vegetation as a result of its direct deposition on leaf surface or indirectly through its deposition on soil. Okay, so now it is used for making bricks. Fly ash is used for making bricks and as a landfill material in developmental activities. Okay, then lead, the symbol is Pb, you know in your plus 2 classes that Pb, and other metals particles, they are also a type of air pollutant. The lead particles mixed with air produces injurious effect on kidney and liver basically. Okay, and interferes with development of red blood cells RBC in our body. Then lead mixed with water and flood, water, okay, can create cumulative poisoning substance. Then it has long term effects on children as it lowers intelligence level. Then oxides of iron, aluminum, manganese, magnesium, zinc and other metals have adverse effect due to deposition of dust on plants during mining operations and metallurgical processes. Okay, so look, second type of pollutant I told you, gaseous pollutant. Gaseous pollutant means, as this name indicates, these are the gases which when will be present in excess quantity, it will create imbalancement in the atmosphere or air. Okay, so from where it is generated? It is generated from power plants, industries, then different types of vehicles. Then what are those gaseous pollutants? Basically carbon dioxide, oxides of nitrogen, means nitrogen monoxide, nitrogen dioxide and sulfur dioxide, along with particulate matter in the form of smoke. Okay, all of them have harmful effects on plants and humans. Okay, my dear students, are you getting my point or you are feeling bored? Okay, so you just see here the type of the gaseous pollutants and their sources and effects is mentioned here. So carbon compound, they are carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide generally generated from automobile exhaust, and their harmful effects is respiratory problems, greenhouse effect. Okay, then sulfur compounds like your SO2 and H2S. Okay, then your okay, then sulfur compounds like your SO2 and H2S, they are released from power plants and refineries, volcanic eruption. So they affect the respiratory problems in humans, loss of chlorophyll in plants. Okay, so the then the nitrogen compound, nitrogen monoxide and N2O. Okay, so now see here, we have completed the air pollution. Now come to water pollution. So what do we mean by water pollution? Water pollution means addition or presence of undesirable substances in water is called water pollution. It is one of the most serious environmental problems nowadays. Water pollution is caused by a variety of human activities. So anthropogenic causes are very much responsible for creating water pollution. So water pollution is caused by a variety of human activities such as industrial, agricultural and domestic. So agricultural runoff laden with excess fertilizers and pesticides, industrial effluents with toxic substances, and sewage water with human and animal wastes pollute our water thoroughly. Then natural sources are there and anthropogenic sources are there. So one of the important natural sources of pollution of water is soil erosion. So as we know in our previous class, first class, that water is your divided or it is stored in three places like your surface water, subsurface water and groundwater. Okay, so when pollution occurs in your surface water, then it automatically uh, uh, flows or automatically percolates downwards, and it also pollute the groundwater. Okay, so lot of people around the world depend on groundwater for drinking, as we all also depend, you know. Then for domestic works, industrial and agricultural uses also groundwater is used nowadays. Then generally groundwater is a clean source of water for which we use it as drinking purpose. Then however, human activities such as improper sewage disposal, dumping of farmyard manures, agricultural chemicals, industrial effluents, they are causing pollution of groundwater. Okay, because you know that soil has pore and water percolates through these pores. So when different pollutants will be dumped on earth soil, or earth crust, then it will be decomposed by the decomposers, and with due time they will mix with your water runoff, and the chemical composition of the water will change, and it when it will percolate to the ground, then it will pollute the groundwater. Okay, so another important term is your eutrophication in water pollution. What is that? Okay, so different water bodies are categorized into different terms as eutrophic, oligotrophic. Okay, according to the pollution load present on them. Okay, and basically this name is derived and due to the presence of your nutrient content. Okay, so you see here eutrophication means what? So EU means well, or we can say healthy, and trophy means nutrition. Okay, so the enrichment of water bodies with nutrients causes eutrophication of the water body. So in this eutrophication condition, what happens? The sudden and explosive growth of phytoplankton and algae impart green color to the water. It is known as water bloom or algal blooms. Okay, so this is the first symbol of eutrophic body. Then these phytoplankton, you know, they will perform their daily function, and they will release toxic substances in water that causes sudden death of large pollution of fishes or large population of fishes. This phenomenon of nutrient enrichment of a water body is called as eutrophication. Then human activities are mainly responsible for the eutrophication of a growing number of lakes and water bodies in the country. Okay, so eutrophication basically occurs in which type of water body? Lentic or lotic? I have already explained in my previous class what do we mean by lotic water body and lentic water body. So lotic means the water bodies where water is flowing, and lentic means stagnant water. Example is the water present inside a pond. Okay, so basically this eutrophication condition takes place with all stagnant water bodies, not in flowing water body. Okay, so because flowing water means the pollutants, the nutrients, whatever will be there, it will flow away or washed away with the running water. But in the stagnant water body, what happens? It will be deposited. Okay, so this is known as eutrophication. So eutrophication is a good condition or bad condition of the water body? Definitely it is a bad condition because it creates pollution. And when there will be the algal bloom, the sunlight cannot penetrate to the below layer of the water bodies or that particular pond where eutrophication occurs. Then what will happen? The oxygen cannot mix properly in the water body, so the animals residing or living inside the pond or below layers, they will devoid of availability of oxygen, and gradually they will die. Okay, so eutrophication is never a good symbol of any water body. Okay, are you getting my point or not? Yes. So now the last slide we will discuss. Those are the problems and the effects and the causes, sources, and how we can control or prevent this pollution. So how we can prevent air pollution? So use of wood and dung cakes should be replaced, isn't it? Because soot particles and different other toxic substances is released from that. So by cleaner fuels or alternatively cleaner fuels we can use as biogas, electricity. We can use these sources for cooking. Then electricity and kerosene is limited. Kerosene also somehow pollute our atmosphere, but less than the pollutants generated by using wood and dung cakes. Okay, so improved stoves for looking like smokeless chullas are there available in the market and have high thermal efficiency also. and they reduced the emission of pollutants including smoke, because I told you smoke is one type of pollutant. Okay, so the house designs should incorporate a well ventilated kitchen so that the pollutant can be thoroughly go outside. Then use of biogas and CNG. CNG means compressed natural gas, need to be encouraged in our automobiles or vehicles. Then those species of trees such as your Acacia nilotica is one species which are least smoky should be planted and used. But acacia is nowadays also plantation of this species is prohibited as it depletes the groundwater. Okay, but it produces, or its wood when we will use as fuel, it produces less smoke. Okay, then segregation of waste, pre-treatment at source, sterilization of rooms will help in checking indoor air pollution. Okay, so air pollution occurs indoor as well as outdoor. So inside the room also air pollution occurs. So what are the indoor air pollutants? You have volatile organic compounds, different hydrocarbons, then persistent organic pollutants. Okay, then control of water pollution. How we can control water pollution? So we can take some measures like the water requirement should be minimized by altering the techniques involved. Okay, then water should be reused with or without treatment. Then recycling of water after treatment should be practiced to the maximum extent possible. Then the quantity of wastewater discharge should be checked. Okay, so my dear students, this these were all of our today's lecture on air pollution and water pollution. So I hope you have understood it properly, and if you have any doubt, you can comment me in the comment box and I will reply all your queries. Okay, so go thoroughly on these chapters and hope your bright future. Okay, thank you.